Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to one more video. Today is on a Friday morning. It's pretty quiet here, just enjoying my little smoothie for breakfast. And it's a PD day here in Canada, or at least in Ontario, and kids don't go to school. So it's pretty quiet, and decided to take the time to make this video. Something that I'm very fan and very excited to have found about it. Um, as you probably know, and if you don't know, I'm a great fan of Star Wars. It's one of my favorite all time movies. Probably I don't know if it's between. The original trilogy, of course, and probably I don't know if it's The Empire Strike Back or Return of the Jedi, which one is my most favorite one. But I'm really a big fan of the original trilogy. That's the one that I grew up, and that's the one that I love. Not too much fan of the uh, prequels and the new movies. They're been going. They are a-okay. They're not that great, but so yeah, the original trilogy is what I die for. And one of the things that me and many fans out there, probably even you guys out there, is that we always wanted to. We always rewatch those movies. We always seen them. We see them on TV. We see them on DVD, Blu-ray. But the one thing that we always ask is, what the hell? There is no version that is exactly like the one that were released in the theaters. Now, George Lucas made that impossible for everyone when he could. And if it was for him, we will never see them. They will never see the light. We have different variations of the movies in different formats. There's VHS, Laserdiscs, DVDs, and Blu-rays. But in none of them we have a true version, or what I call a true version of the movie and how it was seen in theaters. Now, in their various release, George Lucas decided to make some modifications to the movies. Some of them there were some retouching colors. Some others were very horrible, like the infamous "hand did not shoot first" in the DVD release, and I think that even got changed on some of the VHS versions. And the horrible no scream from Darth Vader in the final confrontation with the Emperor, and other stuff. Jabba the Hutt added digitally to the episode 4, Star Wars, the episode 4, and other stupid things that they just made that just horrible, or not really in general for somebody who loves those movies. Story goes that Fox owned the distributions, or somewhere around these lines. Fox owned the distributions, and between them owning the distributions of the movies and George Lucas never wanted to have a version like those coming out, we were unlucky. I think the closest of what you can find right now is the laser discs. I think those are the closest to what you can find the whole trilogy in how it came out in the theaters. Now, on the special release in DVD that came out in the 90s, I believe, late 90s, I think, or early 2000s, I don't know, there is an HD version of Star Wars, which is kind of untouched, but that's it. So when Disney bought Fox, everybody was screaming like, "Yay, that's gonna happen!" But it hasn't happened. Now, back in 2016, I don't know how I came across of the Harmy, the specialized editions of Star Wars. Now, this is a very interesting project. What this guy did, or what this team did, they basically, I think there's one guy who did this, basically grabbed different releases of the movie between Blu-rays, DVDs, 35mm scans and whatnot, and he put them all together, making a one single release of the movie that it was close to how it came out originally. Now, to me, this is kind of like a Frankenstein version of it. An amazing project, nonetheless. Amazing project. You gotta give it to this guy. He did an amazing work. And that's what says, okay, we get it. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys right now that I'm not gonna give you any places where you can get them. But it just requires, with a couple of clicks and a couple of searches, you're going to find them. Now, these versions, you won't find them there's no download. Everything that I'm showing you here is free, but it's not commercialized. So you won't find it in iTunes store or in JoeTube store. Nothing. JoeTube Red, Netflix. You won't find this over there. You gotta go to other sources, but you can find them. So we got the Despecialized edition, which was a great work. And then shortly after, I heard about the Star Wars Silver Screen edition. Now, this is a complete restoration of a Star Wars reel, 35mm reel. These guys bought the reel, they scan it, and they clean it, and they make it available for the public. It's from Team -1. They're just fans. They're no professional editors or whatnot. They're just fans like you and me that they wanted this to happen, and they did. They did. And this was great. I have that version. When I found it, I got my hands on it, and I watch it, and it is amazing. It is just like when it came out on the movies. Now, time passed, and a couple of weeks ago, one of my hard drives basically was running out of space. So I was like, okay, I need to get a bigger hard drive. So I went in and bought a bigger hard drive. And then after I replaced it, I'm like, you know what? Now that I have more room, I'm gonna get a better version of this release, because the one that I have, the one that I first got, it was like a 25 gig file. So I compress it, and I got a 2 gig file, because I obviously wanted to save some space. So I was limited in storage. So I went in and I look again for this, and then, oh my god, I came across to now this, the 4K 77 project. Now, this 4K 77 project is again from Team -1, the same guys that made the silver screen release. They did a 4K release of this version. So basically what happened, halfway through or somewhere along those lines, people are starting to take notice of their project, and they started to send some very high quality scans of the movies. So they decided to rescan it in 4K this time, and then work again on them. And the Star Wars 4K 77 project came to life. Now, this is the holy grail when it comes to someone watching the Star Wars original trilogy in its all glory, how it came out. Now, if you go to their website, I'm going to put some links in the description of this video so you guys can check them out. Here, this picture on the top is from the Blu-ray, and the picture on the bottom is from the 4K 77 project. Just look at the difference in color. How the 4K 77 is so vivid in color, and the Blu-ray looks dull, looks ugly. So these guys decided to did this, and then not only that, they went beyond, and then they did the 4K 83 project, which is basically the same thing as the Star Wars Episode 4, but now they did it for the Return of the Jedi. So they brought us an amazing version of the restoration of the Return of the Jedi. This is just insane. This is just great. There are some videos in YouTube that they show you the comparisons between the releases and whatnot. And yeah, and so this is amazing. So I was super happy. Imagine my happiness when I found out that these guys not only did made another version in a higher quality, in a very now having all the experience from the first serial screen edition of a Star Wars, but also from the Return of the Jedi. And they didn't stop there. Now they're actually working in an Empire Strikes Back release. This is the 4K 80 project. So these guys are amazing. And again, these are no professional or any company. These are just some fans that decided to say, you know what, Fox never gave it to us, George Lucas never gave it to us, Disney hasn't given it to us. Let's have the best that there is in terms of quality from a video release for the Star Wars original trilogy. And this is great. The project of the 4K 80 is still ongoing. If you look on their website, they show you the progress, how they're going with all the release. And yeah, I can't wait for this, guys, for the finished product version of this. Now, all this, you can find it. It's out there in the web, and it's free. These guys are not charging any dime for their work. If you go and you look on eBay, you're gonna find some versions of them, because these guys, they also offer an ISO. They created some ISOs for Blu-ray, so you can burn them into a Blu-ray and then just enjoy it in your Blu-ray player if you don't want to enjoy it digitally. Don't buy those. Really, don't buy those. Nobody should make any money out of this. No one. This is just a fan project for the fan, from the fans to the fans, and these guys are not making any dime of it. They just do it for the sheer pleasure of enjoying an amazing version of the Star Wars trilogy. So yeah, I'm looking for these guys to release this 4K 80 version too. I watch the 77 and the 83, and oh my god, a little bit of a heads up, these guys have two versions of the movies. They have the digital noise reduction version and the non-digital noise reduction version. Bottom line is, one, it's the quality, it's been smoothed out. If you can see, these are some pictures of the one above is a non-digital reduction, the one below is a digital noise reduction. As you can see, they smooth the movie out a little bit, brings up a little bit more of the colors when you do it. So yeah, you can have the two versions, which one you want to enjoy. The non-reduction one, not the non-DNR, it's probably the closest that you can get about us sitting in front of the big screen and watching the movie. And if you want a little bit more smoothness, if you have a 4K TV and you want something with a little bit more color, then get the digital noise reduction one, or get both. I have both and I enjoy both. And but yeah, this is great. I'm leaving this here for you guys. Anybody who didn't know about it, well, now you know, and then you can go and look for them. It's really worth it. The guys that knew about it, but they didn't know that there was a new project like me. I knew that the silver screen edition existed, but I didn't know that these guys came out with this, with the 4K versions of a new re-release. Plus, they also have the Return of the Jedi and the Empire Strikes Back is coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. So yeah, please go and check them out. Support these guys. Give them they're accepting donations, because obviously, even though they're doing their on their own time and everything, nothing comes from free when it comes to scanning and 4K, getting the prints and whatnot. So yeah, they do. There is a bit of money involved with this, but again, these guys are offering the final product. They're offering for free. Nobody is charging to get this, at least from these guys. You can go into their forums. There's a forum from these guys where you can get a little bit more information about it. And yeah, do check them out. It's really worth it. especially if you're a fan of the original trilogy and you're bummed about the crap that George Lucas has gave us in the past years of releases of VHS, Laserdisc, DVD, and Blu-ray. Do check them out. You won't regret it. They are amazing. And that's it for today, guys. I'm just leaving you with this. Hopefully, you find this interesting. And up until next time, enjoy the day and have a great weekend. Bye bye.